What's up people, Lance Samoza here, the guy with the one tech mind. Today, I'm reviewing the SliceCharge 3 Pro wireless charging pad from Hardcider Labs. They make multiple pads and accessories, and this is one of their latest. Now, full disclosure, Hardcider Labs reached out to me and graciously offered to send this over so I could check it out. There is no promise a video would even be made, no money exchanged hands, and they do not have any input or creative control over this review. With that said, the SliceCharge 3 Pro is one of the latest products out there, hoping to accomplish most of what Apple's canceled AirPower couldn't. It retails for $159.95. It can charge up to 6 total devices at once. With 9 charging coils inside the mat, you can charge up to 3 devices anywhere you can place them. 1 through the 30-watt USB-C port that even supports power delivery, the standard for faster and more efficient charging. 1 through the 18-watt USB-A port, and last but not least, your Apple Watch via the built-in certified charging puck, so you don't have to install a separate one like some other pads. And while your iPhone 8 or later will only charge at a maximum of 7.5 watts on the pad, it does support up to 10 watts for other devices. For comparison, iPhone 12 tops out at 15 watts when wirelessly charging via Apple's MagSafe charger and a 20-watt power brick. But wireless charging is basically just convenience charging anyway, so 7.5 watts is just fine in my opinion. And if charging speed is of the utmost importance, you should still plug in that good old lightning cable we all love so much, and isn't annoying at all that everything else is switched to USB-C. Inside the box, you get the pad and a 65-watt AC adapter with various electrical prongs. The pad feels very solid and premium with a space grayish casing, soft charcoal fabric on top, and a red Hardcider Labs tag on the right. There are also long rubber feet on the bottom to keep the pad from moving around too much. I happen to love the look. It's sleek, it's modern, it has all my favorite colors. What more could you ask for? And it looks great on my office desk where I've had it basically most of the time. The Apple Watch charging puck can pivot up and down to better accommodate the type of band you're using or to make room for a device on the pad. There are 3 small white LED lights on the front edge that represent the amount of devices currently charging wirelessly, and unlike charging light indicators on other pads that are bright enough to light up your entire freaking house at night, these ones are very subtle and not at all distracting in the dark. Hardcider Labs also makes an optional $30 stand kit that holds the entire pad in a vertical position so you can charge your phone upright with the screen facing you. It's a clever idea that borrows a cue from Apple by leveraging magnets to hold the pad in place. It's not perfect though, and you'll want to know exactly why before you buy it. So I'll explain more in just a minute. I've been using the pad every day for more than a month and really enjoy it. When I go to bed, I typically leave my watch, AirPods, and work iPhone 11 charging wirelessly overnight and haven't had any issues placing them anywhere on the pad and getting to charge. You still have to center your phone vertically on the pad, but there's no guesswork when it comes to where you place it horizontally, which is awesome. And I would leave my 12 Pro Max charging in my office overnight too, but then how am I going to get my doom scroll on when I go to bed and jeopardize the next day's responsibilities? I mean, come on. And when I did connect 6 devices to charge at once, the pad did become warm to the touch as expected, but not so hot that it couldn't be handled. So heat doesn't seem to be an issue here. I even have my secondary desk set up as a little iPad workstation charging right off the pad's USB-C port. And it's even strong enough to power a MacBook Air. This makes the SliceCharge 3 Pro a great solution for travelers by cutting down on the amount of individual cables and power adapters you'll need, especially if you have multiple devices. It hasn't given me many problems, but there is one weird thing. Whenever I have my AirPods on the pad and my iPad Pro plugged in, the power to my iPad will periodically disconnect and reconnect in a split second. I found this doesn't completely disrupt charging over time, but it's still noticeably annoying when you can hear and see the iPad doing this little charging dance throughout the day. For additional data, I set up an iOS automation to log every time my iPad connects and disconnects to power, and left it charging overnight with my AirPods. The next morning, I checked the results and found this happened a total of 15 times. And I also tested this with a MacBook Air and encountered the exact same problem through USB-C port. But again, this weirdly only happens when AirPods are on the mat, so I'm not sure if it has something to do with how those charge in particular that causes a disruption to the USB-C, or if it's just something with my pad. I have reached out to Hardcider Labs about this, so I will provide an update if and when I receive one. Back to that stand kit, but first, if you're digging this video, make sure you hit the like button for me, subscribe to help build the most obsessed community in tech, and ring the bell so you don't miss anything else. The $30 stand kit brings the grand total of the unit to $189.95. It's mostly plastic with an angled rubber portion on top for you to lean your phone on and a tacky gel pad on the bottom to keep the unit from moving around on your desk or nightstand. It has an organizer clip to manage the power cable, which clips to one of the 2 extension poles that elevates and holds the pad depending on your phone size, and a separate AirPods platform that also attaches magnetically. The design is a clever idea, if just a little bit clunky, but there are a couple major concerns I have with it. Because the pad attaches to the stand at a single central point, it does have a decent amount of wobble to it, and when you place AirPods on their little platform, the pad leans to one side, which could throw off the wireless charging alignment for your phone. And that leads me to the main issue. I cannot get my iPhone 12 Pro Max to reliably charge when using the stand kit, no matter which size pole is used. And after much fiddling, it's apparent neither of them hold the pad at the correct height for this phone. Most of the time, it just doesn't start charging at all, as if the alignment is just a little bit off. iPhones 11 and the regular 12 work just fine, but if you have a larger phone like the 12 Pro Max, I would suggest skipping the stand kit altogether because of this issue. Unfortunately for me, I prefer to keep the pad on the desk anyway. The SliceCharge 3 Pro puts out a large amount of power across 6 devices at once, and there are plenty of other pads out there that do not support the same quantity of devices, nor offer the USB-A and C ports, as well as the built-in Apple Watch Puck at this price point. All things considered, I do feel like it is largely worth it for the $159 price, and I can mostly forgive whatever oddness is going on with my AirPods and the USB-C port because I'm not entirely sure where the issue lies. The stand kit though, sadly, I can't recommend it right now. I think with a few design tweaks, it could be made better and therefore more worthy of that $30. Let me know what you thought of this video and the SliceCharge 3 Pro down in the comments below. And if you're going to pick one up or if you have a different charging situation, I'd love to hear from you. And until next time, thanks for listening to my One Tech Mind.